Good news, everyone. It's Friday, TGIF, and you are listening to Soapbox Daily, episode 193. Hey, I'm your host, Matt Morgan, and thank you very much for tuning in, and welcome to the second last Friday of Soapbox Daily for this time around. Today being Friday, let's go into something a little meaningful, something to think about on the weekend, and something a little thought-provoking. But, as always, we try to be here to give you the ins and outs of life and talk about some of the tough topics, but also give you something to think about. So with that being said, how was your integrity this week? How's your integrity today? Were you doing the right thing when no one else is watching? Were you being the positive change the world needs? Only you will know, onwards and upwards. Domino effect, folks. Come on now. Let's all jump on board and make this world a better place, because I don't know about you, but it needs some help, and we all got to pitch in. We can't just look at somebody else to do it. We all got to do our part. So today we're talking about, and here's our topic. Here's the title for today. You can't do anything about it if you ain't around. That is our topic and title for today. Yes, you can't do anything about it if you ain't around. Now, this is kind of twofold, and I think what inspires this is, I don't know, I read an article today about how men seem to pass on before women do, and it kind of got me thinking about my own life, kind of got me thinking about people I love and people I've known. And, it's kind of concerning, but in the greater picture of things, as I've always mentioned or have mentioned in the past, we have to listen to our bodies, and we have to do what we can to take care of ourselves. Realistically, we do have to do what we can to take care of ourselves. And I know we have loved ones, if we're fortunate enough, and people that care for us and look out for us, but we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to think about it of, okay, what kind of life do we want to have? And I know, if you think about your own life, it sometimes will cause you stress, anxiety, or sadness. For example, maybe you are struggling to find a job, or, have a career that's interesting and fulfilling, or maybe you just aren't getting much out of your friendships and feeling lonely. How might you improve the situation? Your answer might be, well, I should move. I can get a job. I can meet new people. In other words, you should start to change the outside world to what is better for you. But don't give up on that, is what I'm saying. Because you can have the life that you want, you just have to stick with it. You have to have the discipline to see it through. I've said before, and I'll say it again, you can do anything you want in this world. You can have any life that you want to have, but there will be trials and tribulations, and it will not be easy. You have to put the work in, because anything that comes easy can be lost easily. You have to put the time in, and you have to stick with it to have the future you want. Giving up and giving in and just submitting, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's stupid. So yes, let's think about it. It's not so easy, though, is it? Moving, changing jobs, and making an entirely new set of friends might be highly impractical at this point in your life. And in any case, you might suspect that you will take your problems with you because, well, you can't move away from you. I'm going to let you in on a secret that can help. Between the conditions around you and your response to them is a space. In the space, you have freedom. You can choose to try modeling the world, or you can start by changing your reaction to it. Because sometimes the problem is not necessarily the world around you and everybody else. Maybe it's just the way you're responding to it. Maybe it's your reaction to it. Maybe it's the way you work yourself and your attitude towards that world. So unfortunately, we don't all think alike. And there's personality conflicts, and there's viewpoints and perspectives. Everybody has their own. It would be great if we could all get on the same page, but unfortunately, that's not always something we can do. Sometimes there's just conditions, we don't see things eye to eye, and it makes it really difficult to achieve what you want to do, or where you want to be, or who you want to be with, or whatever the case may be, because there is that miscommunication. But today, I'm going to give you some points on how you can go about changing your life. Little helpful points that'll just push you in the right direction. But first and foremost, before I get into this, remember it's all about your attitude and your reaction to everything. If that changes, your circumstances will change. Because if you always do what you've always done, you will always get what you've always got. So let's get into this today. Number one, do something, anything. A lot of people get stuck when they try to change their lives because they don't know where to start or what to do. The simple answer is just do something. I mean, really, just do anything. The motivation to do anything, like change your entire life around, just don't, it just doesn't come from some magical, mystical place within you. Action is both the effect of motivation and the cause of it. You'll find and you'll figure out whether or not it's right or not in good time, but only if you stop procrastinating and start engaging in the world. For me, if I wanted to change something, I went and did it. You just have to. You have to get started. There's no sense in sitting back going, woe's me. You just have to make some motion. Number 2, recognize that everything you do has a cost and be willing to pay it. A lot of life ultimately amounts to a series of trade-offs. Everything has an opportunity cost, and the big things we want in life, like happiness and healthy relationships and wealth, they all have big opportunity costs. You don't get to have the dream career at the top without putting in your time at the bottom. Then taking a risk or 12 and breaking a few hearts along the way. The most important question you can ask yourself isn't about what you want, it's about what you're willing to suffer for. As I previously said, doing what you love is not always loving what you do. So what kind of situations can you stomach? And most importantly, do you really want your dream in the first place? Number 3, embrace the fact that no one cares. Look, I know you were told that you're a special little snowflake in a sea of otherwise normal people, but I have some bad news to tell you. Very few people actually care about you because you're actually not all that special. I mean, okay, you're special, but I mean in the way that people are not going to be too concerned, of how special you are because they're too concerned and fulfilled and full of themselves and worrying about what they're doing. But before you, change to a different channel, I want you to consider just how liberating it is that no one cares. And I don't mean that in a harmful way, that you don't have friends and loved ones that care about you and everything else. But for the rest of the world, a lot of people are just caring about themselves. Unfortunately, we're programmed to survival of the fittest and care about our own well-being. So you got to just remember, you got to do it for yourself. There are going to be people that love you along the way, but you got to remember no one else cares. They're focused on their own things. You have to think about yourself. You can either be woe is me, no one cares, or go, hey, no one cares, and you move forward with what you want to do. So number 4, focus on habits, less on goals. A lot of books and self-development advice focuses on goals and systems of developing, like SMART, S-M-A-R-T, goals and creating an unrelenting focus on accomplishing every single goal you ever set, no matter what, or you are a loser. The truth is, in and of themselves, goals are pretty overrated. There's nothing wrong with having goals, but obsessing over them is often counterproductive because in reality, achieving a goal isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Instead, I like to focus on creating a system of healthy habits that focus on the most important, highest impact areas of my life. My goals pretty much take care of themselves at that point. And number 5, figure out who you are. Simple question. Do you really know who you are? I mean, do you really know what drives you, what terrifies you, why you do the things you do, and do you know how others perceive you as well? Self-awareness is somewhat paradoxically in short supply these days. Self-delusion, on the other hand, is not. But there's really no way to change your life if you don't know what you're changing about yourself in the first place. I think of self-awareness as having 3 levels. The first level is being aware of what you're doing. Life sucks, and we respond to the suckage by distracting ourselves. We transport our minds to some other time or place, or where it can be safe and insulated from the pain of the day-to-day life. The second level is asking yourself what you are feeling. This is where you really start finding out who you are. I hate using that phrase because it really doesn't really mean anything, but this is the level that people talk about when they say they are, when they say they're finding themselves. They are discovering how they actually feel about what they're going through with their life, and often they have been hiding these feelings from themselves for years. Level 2, let's just say, second one is just really uncomfortable place to go. And once you've reached level 3, then you're all set. You know who you are, and you know what you should be changing about yourself. I mean, because level 3 is, level 3 is then to discover the blind spots, where and when you are reaching your emotions rather than acting based on conscious thought, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get on to wrapping up this list. Think about what you want to accomplish in life. Think about how you want to be remembered, and try to work towards those goals. There's going to be upsets in life. This is true. It really is. It is true. But you have to keep moving on, keep moving forward, and focus on those goals, because giving up is end game. There's no point. There's no point in giving up. You have to set what you want to do and move forward with it. Keep yourself healthy. Keep yourself doing good habits. Keep yourself working towards whatever you want to try, and try it. Like, for instance, I got into making videos. I didn't succeed as well as I thought I would, but I was definitely very optimistic about it. Just like other stuff. I wanted to learn archery. I'm not bad at it, but I thought I'd be better at it. But at least I gave it a try. You need to give things a try. If you fail, okay, it's not for you. Try something different. Or if you're really dedicated to what you want to do, then don't give up on it. Don't give up. Keep trying. Keep moving forward. And this way, you'll never have any regrets. And this way, you'll be encouraged to keep going versus just giving up. All right. I've drawn this episode a lot longer, but I just want you to say, hey, you know what? Take care of yourself out there. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your goals. But first and foremost, take a look at your inner self. Take a look at your attitude. Take a look at your reactions to the world. Take a look about your interactions with other people. And maybe the problem is not the rest of the world. Maybe the problem is you. Think about your decisions as well. Are they good decisions? Are they smart decisions? Are they logical decisions? Again, figure out whether or not it's you or whether or not it's other people, but be honest with yourself, because otherwise you're just fooling yourself. And as I have always said, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Okay, that's it for today. Hey, I'm your host, Matt Morgan, TGIF. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday. I hope you have a great weekend moving forward. Please keep your integrity in check. And when you're sitting back this weekend, you know what? Go on over to themadmorgan.com. Yes, themadmorgan.com for more information on all our shows now and into the future, all our projects, information, you name it. Yes, we're still developing it. We're still working on it. We're still adding to it. But if you want to find me, beyond 2 weeks from now, when I wrap up the Soapbox Daily Show for a little while, that's where you're going to find me. themadmorgan.com. That's it. Have an awesome weekend. Keep your integrity in check. Take care of yourself. And I will see you on Monday for our next episode.